So we'll continue once again from page number 51. Before that, once again a recapitulation whatever we have studied. This story is of the narrator who is a newly appointed lawyer. Then there is the second character, Bill, the hack driver, and they are searching for a person, Oliver Lutkins. But actually, Bill, the hack driver, he himself is Oliver Lutkins. So we'll continue from page number 51. I know Oliver's mother. Bill said, I know Oliver's mother. Mind the words. What a great actor he is. He is creating all these plans. He himself is Oliver Lutkins. What a plot he has set up for the narrator. She is a terror. Bill sighed. No, she is a terror. She is terrible. I don't want to go there. I took a trunk out there for her once. What I took to her? I took a trunk for her once. One day, I took a trunk to her because he was a carriage owner, hack driver. And she almost took my skin off. She almost bet me up. She almost thrashed me because I did not treat it like a box of eggs. And the problem was I did not treat it like a box of eggs, that is safely. I did not keep the box safely, that is why she got angry. She is about 9 feet tall. Her height is 9 feet and 4 feet thick. And quick as a cat. She is very quick. And she is compared to a cat in quickness. And she sure can talk. Yeah, she can talk as well. I'll bet Oliver heard that somebody is chasing him. I'm sure Oliver knew about it, that somebody is behind him, somebody is chasing him. And he has gone on there to hide behind his mother's skirts. That is why he has gone there to his mother's, so that he could hide himself there safely. Well, we'll try her. The narrator said, no problem, we'll try her. But you would better let me do it, boy. Once again, Bill said, we'll ask her, don't worry, but I'll go first. You don't try, otherwise she will get angry at you. You may be great as literature and law, but you haven't had real training in swearing. You are very good at books, law, but real training is different. You have whatever you have studied, that is principles, theory. Practical, you don't know. So better keep yourself away from his mother. We drove into a poor farmyard. The narrator is telling us they drove into a poor farmyard. We were faced by an enormous and cheerful old woman. Enormous, quite big. Cheerful lady, old woman. My guide bravely went up to her and said, remember me? I am Bill Magnuson. She was his mother, and he was pretending to be reminding her that he was Bill Magnuson. So they created a plan before the eyes of the narrator. The Carter and Hackman, I'm Carter, I'm Hackman. I want to find your son Oliver. Show me where your son is heading. I don't know anything about Oliver and I don't want to, she shouted. No, I don't want to know about him. Even I don't know where he is. Now look here, we have had just about enough nonsense. This young man represents the court in the city. Now listen, that's enough. We have just finished the nonsense. Look at that man. He is from law department. Represents the court in the city. And we have a legal right to search all properties for this Oliver Lutkins. And we have a legal right to search for Oliver Lutkins even in his house or in the houses of family members like yours. So we have a right. Bill made me sound very important. Before her, Bill impressed. There was a great impression. He tried to show that the narrator was a very important person. And the woman was impressed. And surely the woman got impressed. She retired into the kitchen and we followed. She went directly into the kitchen. And we hope that she will show us the way. Otherwise, she will tell us where Oliver Lutkins was heading. So we followed her. She seized an iron from the old-fashioned stove. She seized an iron from the old-fashioned stove. There was an iron lying over there. And marched on us shouting. Then she ran, taking the iron in hand, ran towards us. Marched on us shouting, "You search all you want to. You mean to say you will search in my house? If you don't mind getting burnt first I'll get you burnt." It was a lying on stove. So she tried to burn them with burning iron. She shouted and laughed at our frightened retreat. She was shouting as well as laughing because we were running from her. We were running away. Let's get out of here. She will murder us. No, let's get out of here. Otherwise, she will kill us. She will murder us, Bill whispered. Outside, he said, "Did you see her smile? Did you notice her smile? She was laughing at us." I agreed that it was pretty disrespectful treatment. The narrator agreed that once she did not pay attention to our words, the next thing she was laughing at us disrespectfully. So what a disrespect. Earlier he was presented before the lady in an impressive manner, but now he was feeling nothing, disrespectful. She was laughing at him. We did, however, search the house, but we searched the house. How? From outside. We searched every window. Since it was only 1 story high, it was only single story building, Bill went around it, peering in at all the windows. So they checked all the windows. We examined the barn where animals are kept. and stable where horses are kept. We were reasonably certain that Lutkins was not there. Now we were damn sure that Oliver Lutkins was not there. It was nearly time for me to catch the afternoon train. Now, it was nearly the time for me to catch the afternoon train because he had to return to the city, as we have already studied about it. And Bill drove me to the station, and then after, Bill, the hack driver, dropped him to the station. On the way to the city, I worried very little over my failure to find Lutkins. While I was returning to the city, I was not bit worried. I was not worried at all. Why? Because I had enjoyed in the countryside. I was too busy thinking about Bill Magnuson. He was thinking about Bill Magnuson, how helping he was. He was with him all the day, all the time. Really, I considered returning to New Mullion to practice law. In fact, he thought to return to New Mullion to practice law. He wanted to go there to practice law. If I had found Bill so deep and richly woman, might I not grow to love Fritz and Gustav and 100 other slow-spoken, simple, wise neighbors? He was thinking about staying in the place, New Mullion. What he said, if I had found Bill so deep and richly human. At one hand, I noticed how deep he was, richly he was, humany. Might I not grow to love Fritz? I should go there, I should live over there to love Fritz shop, Gustav's saving parlor. And 100 others slow spoken. He had met nearly all the city, all the town people, because his intention was, Bill Magnuson's intention was to make fun of him. Whoever he met, he told about him that he was searching for he himself. Simple, wise neighbors. I pictured an honest and happy life beyond the strict limit of universities. So I created an honest life beyond university, beyond going to colleges and law firms. I was excited. I wanted to go there and live there. I had found a treasure. So I had found my dreamland, the treasure I was searching for. If you know, initially I told you his aim was to reside in his village, countryside. I had discovered a new way of life. And he had discovered a new way of life. That's all for the day.